we have the QQT FansToys Superion Seperation Kit. This is basically a parts replacement substitution for the FansToys Superion so that you can build Superion and leave the individual figures detached in robot mode and vehicle mode, whatever you want to do. This particular set is the toy version, not the cartoon version. The cartoon version is more simplified. The toy version is meant to match the FansToys figures. Also, this is 3D printed. I'll go over the different parts in a little bit more detail, but there's going to be some areas where it is obvious scan lines and roughness, but what they've done is they've done their best to sand and smooth and treat the areas that are going to be seen a lot, and areas that are hard to get to or not seen as much are kind of left alone and are rough. So when you stand this guy up and you're looking at him, face forward, from most angles, he's going to actually look pretty good. The color matching is not the best, and that's likely because, it seems like these are unpainted, and the colors that you see are PLA colors that were available to print with. But if you want to get this set and you're a pioneering person, you could definitely, paint these yourself to make them match the FansToys figures even more. So to give a quick demonstration, I'm going to bring this guy out and bring his counterpart. So as you can see there, whoever created this, whoever designed this, did a great bit of work to do their best to match the aesthetic of the original toy. It is not perfect, but it surprisingly gets pretty close. And again, the value of this is you don't have to spend $1,300 for a second set of parts to have a complete figure. You can get this, and these prices for the kit, I've seen it as low as $70. For me personally, I paid $120, but that included shipping, included fast shipping. So there's a pretty grand scale between what you may purchase them from. These started showing up on Chinese websites about a month ago, and you can find this on eBay and AliExpress now. Me personally, I would recommend using eBay, and I will post the seller that I used, because they're a pretty reputable seller, and I see a lot of people buying other 3D printed kits from them a lot, so they seem to be like a good trustworthy seller. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the left and kind of talk about these pieces. So we've got an arm piece. You can see in the construction that this has been printed in multiple parts and kind of pieced together and glued together. There's going to be a little bit of assembly, and it looks like I got my parts mixed up a little bit. But the cool thing is, you just saw they're kind of keyed, so you can't really get the wrong part into the wrong place. And again, these are 3D printed with PLA, so I would be a little careful when you go to insert the pieces and move the pieces. This guy doesn't want to go into the bottom very well. It's like a tiny bit too big. Probably just going to leave it like this. And I'm not sure if this is the right side. So another thing about each piece is that, okay, I see what's going on. this goes here. So as you can see, again, they did their best to get the forward-facing pieces to look finished. When you look at the backside, you may not be able to see it very well, but here's a good example. Like this area is rough. It is nicely rough, like it's got a nice texture. You can kind of tell like they use this texture to hide the 3D printing bits. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but the print lines. And in a lot of these other areas, you can definitely tell were sanded. So I showed him off wrong first. So the arm does move. There's like a single joint in here, and it looks like it's held together with a screw. And again, like I was saying, I would be careful because there's just no telling how durable this is. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if this was misassembled. There's something not right about this setup. I don't know what it is, but I think this should be the other way. I think this might be misassembled. We'll see in a moment. Okay, so that brings us to this piece. We've got this guy here, and again, it is very tight. It might be good to try to heat it to get that part further in. Yeah, something tells me these. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this does rotate, and I'm being very careful because I do not know the quality of the joint. Okay. So I think this is what we're supposed to do with these guys. Yeah, this seems correct. If not, we will find out in a moment. Okay. Some other interesting things is the canopies. You know, they're not painted, but they somehow have a nice shiny sheen to them versus the other parts. So I'm guessing the canopies weren't buffed out, so they kind of are retaining their kind of shine from the print material. But they look pretty good as they are. Okay, so we've got this piece, and again, you can tell there's a lot of separate parts that were printed to create this look. Like on the inside here, this is a good example. This has that kind of rough texture versus how the outside is smooth, and you can really tell like somebody sanded it. But the detail, like they did a really good job of matching the original toy detail. Like if somebody handed to you and you weren't paying attention, you would think this is a transforming figure. And then you'd sit there and look at it a little bit and like, hey, there's something not right about this. All right, so that's that. And then we've got this guy. A little bit of 3D print stuff here and there. There's also some sticky stuff coming from some places. Hopefully that's nothing weird. The packaging was had a lot of styrofoam, so and a lot of tape. So that may be where some of the stickiness is coming from. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then this is the inside piece, which you're not going to probably ever see. This is the outside, and it's pretty decent. This block is shiny, guess they sprayed it with some kind of chrome paint. And it looks like these pieces move. That's pretty cool. So there's our centerpiece. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the back piece on first. I feel like I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble here in a moment if I don't deal with that, instead of waiting till the end to do it. And I wonder if I can slide this in without opening everything. Might have to open this up. Yeah, this is not gonna work if I don't open it up. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera. This is a little tricky. So that is the back piece, and took a little bit of work, but it would also have taken a good bit of work just using the actual Maverick in there. So that worked out pretty well. Okay, and I guess I got these mixed up. I think these go like this, pretty sure. And these should just slot in as if this were the actual figure. And it actually probably goes on way better than the actual figure. Let's do the same for this guy. Got the little hole to slide this into. Yeah, I would say these feet are going on effortlessly. And now let's deal with the knees. Don't think we're gonna have to transform this. Maybe we will. Having a really hard time getting this piece out. Like, it's in there really good. It's supposed to pull out here. Okay, so I got that piece out. And yeah, you are gonna have to transform that knee to get this to work. And let's see why this piece is separate, because I don't know if you can get this on with this piece on it. So slide that on. And I'm going to do this off camera because this is going to be a bit difficult. But it does just, you know, you push the sides in and it locks into place. So nothing too crazy about that. Let's see if I can do this one on camera. Yeah, this needs to come off. All right, this one's going to be a little bit tricky because these fake wings are in the way. So I got to figure out how I'm going to make that work. So you're going to want to make sure to have these pieces pushed downward already so that they are inside already when you slot this piece in. I think. So I don't think this is gonna hinder putting this on, but this needs to be transformed. This needs to be in and collapse and everything before sliding the other part on, because the back wings here are going to get in the way. I think we can slide this on, yeah, and not really have to worry about anything else. Okay. Good God. That is it so far. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. Like, I don't have the arms on yet. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this on camera. But yeah, so far this is looking pretty awesome. Okay. So I'm just gonna slide. Going to slide this and this on, and there's a little groove in there. I wish I could show this off a little bit better, but just slide it in. So this arm kind of doesn't fit, like this block is a little bit too wide. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that at the moment. But I'm going to try to get this arm slid in. So this arm went in pretty well. And I'm going to try to work on this arm a little bit. And it's really that this is just slightly too wide. All right, so I got this arm on. It took a good bit of force, but I was able to push it on. I know you guys cannot see all of this yet, but this is starting to look pretty cool. All right, these hands slide in like that. Oh, just a little bit further. Nope, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Got another sliding gimmick over here. Let's take this off for a moment. Okay, it goes like that. This hand does not want to go all the way into the center. Gonna leave it alone. Like I'm going to break something if I try to push it further. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to put this back on, and this piece here is like on a joint. Don't know what the purpose of that is. Okay. Try to fix this up just a little bit. Yeah, I'm not even sure how this was now. That's the back. Okay. This just fell off. I'm not gonna deal with this right now. This is pretty impressive. So I am going to, okay, I'm going to switch gears a little bit because my setup is not allowing me to really capture this correctly. This is a very large robot, and this is pretty cool. Like, I have not, you know, this is the first time having Superion fully assembled, and I know these are 3D printed parts, but this is pretty impressive. And now I have the option of having my Aerialbots displayed separately. By no means is this thing perfect, but you know, all the places that articulate are ABS, you know, part of the actual FansToys joints. So you've got that going for it. And because these parts aren't really, you know, they're like one solid piece per se, this feels very sturdy. And you know, again, looking at it from afar, it fits the bill. Like, this looks like a complete toy. Yes, the colors don't match. I don't know if these colors would normally match anyway. I mean, this red and that red are kind of different reds, but you know, for the most part, I think it does a good job of being what it is. Now, I would love if this was ABS instead of 3D printed, and like the cockpits were, you know, clear plastic. That would add to the look a lot more. But I'm pretty satisfied with this. This is awesome. So if you're on the fence, I say go for it. Get it. Find a reputable seller on eBay, and for around $100, you can enjoy a fully assembled Superion. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe. And as always, tune into more videos coming up. Thank you.